Man, guys, that video does it to me. I absolutely love that. And so that's all about the power of your words. You know, we were just talking about soft skills a couple minutes ago. Your words are so powerful, and I don't know that we always think about them. But that man sitting there on the step, obviously blind and needing help, needing support, homeless, and a few people walk by, drop some change for him. And then one woman comes by. And if you notice, she never left any money, right? His ultimate goal was to try to collect some money, get some food, find some shelter, whatever that may have been. She didn't leave any money. She showed her compassion in another way. She showed her compassion through changing his sign. And by changing the sign, it was the same exact message, but it resonated more with people. And so when they saw those words of positivity, that even in his moment, even in that moment where he doesn't have what others have in the world, he has less than what others have in the world, he still finds the beauty in the world. And so that passerby changed the language to something more positive, to show that he finds that beauty in our everyday world. And once that sign said something different, what happened? That change just started dropping right at his feet, right? More and more. And in being visually impaired, he was unable to know what she had changed. But you watched him, and he felt her shoes before she left the first time. And so when she reapproached, he could hear her heels. And he felt the shoes, and he knew again, and simply asked, "What did you change? What did you put on my sign? Because all this money is coming in now." And she just simply said the same message, just a different way. The power of your words, guys, is so important. And when we're showing compassion to others, that's one way. And you see on this list in front of you, 10 different ways that you can show compassion to others. Number 6, say encouraging words. Say encouraging words. Be uplifting to one another. I'm not reading the whole thing. You guys can read it. Number 1, challenge yourself to smile more. Oh, man. Talk about Mr. Hall growing up. Talk about Mr. Hall being in middle school and high school. I was great at that mean mug. I was great at that flat affect. I was great at just walking around looking like that nothing can touch me. But it rubbed people the wrong way. And I know I've talked in previous years. So my 7th and 8th graders, you may have remembered this from past roundups. But you know, I remember being at church growing up one time, and after church was over and let out, my mom and dad talking to some, people and whatnot, and we get home, right, and we're in the car on the way home, and my mom just said, "Matt, everybody's asking why you just look so mad. Is everything okay with Matt? What's going on?" And I remember that making me mad. Like, why are y'all asking me why I'm mad? I'm not mad. I'm getting mad right now just thinking about y'all saying I look mad. But they were right. Those were those soft skills. My body language, I felt like I needed to have this front of looking hard or looking tough for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe I thought it was cool. I could not tell you why I did it, guys. But those are those soft skills that we talk about all the time. If I walked in with that face on into a job interview, and the person right behind me came in with a more pleasant approach, who do you think is going to get that job? Not Matt Hall. Not in that moment. And so those are those things that we just have to start retraining our brain. Okay, and I know as middle schoolers and I know as high schoolers, sometimes we put up that wall, right? We put up that wall to our friends. We put up that wall to our teachers. We put up that wall to our parents, to any adult in the world, because we just think, man, they don't know anything. Guys, it's not the way to be. It's not the way to be. And what I love about all my Mustangs, now that we're doing these temperature checks, and even before we were doing those temperature checks, when I'm out at Car Riders, you guys are always saying good morning, you're always saying hi, you're always saying hello, giving me a handshake when we were allowed to, fist bumps now occasionally, excuse me. But everybody, don't ever forget the power of your words. Don't ever forget the power of your body language, which sometimes expresses your words in ways you don't ever know. So just make sure you're always aware of that. Some other ways to show your compassion: opening the door for someone, practicing acts of kindness. I love number 5, making sure that you allocate time for your friends and family. It's easy to do it with our friends, but it's so important to do it with your family as well. Guys, there's nobody more important in your life, than the people inside the 4 walls of your home. Those people, regardless of certain circumstances that sometimes exist in our home, those people still love and care about us. And so we always want to make sure that we're loving and caring for those people inside of our home and making time for them. Set aside a time to play a game. Plan a time to just sit down and watch a movie together. Allocate that time so that you guys can grow and develop as a family, as a unit, and be strong together and with one another. Love number 8, and also love number 10, about taking time to listen to others. This is another one, not always the best at, but I have to practice it. I have to focus really, really hard. And I have some great friends who do a good job of letting me know when I'm not doing that. Because there will be times where we're in a conversation, Mr. I'll get his cell phone out, and we'll be in the middle of a conversation. I have great friends that will come over, and they'll just simply put the cell phone down, right? Just gently put their hand on the cell phone, and that's my cue to say, hey, tune in. Make that icon, show that you're listening. So make sure that there's a big difference between hearing somebody and actually listening to what they're saying. I can hear all day long. I can hear the hum of the HVAC unit right now, right? I can hear all of these things going on around me, but it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily listening to what's being said. And that happens a lot of times. We can hear our teachers talking sometimes in class, right? We can hear mom and dad telling us we need to go take out the trash, but it doesn't mean that we're actually internalizing and that we're really truly listening to what it is that they're saying. So make sure that you focus on that. And that is one way of showing compassion to others, is by actually showing that you are listening intently to them. And by doing that, it shows that you care. So make sure that you are focused on compassion this month, everybody. It is your character trait. We've got 2 more weeks. What is that? 12 days left of school till winter break. We got this, guys. Compassion is your character trait for December. So make sure we are focused on it and doing a great job. Announcements, everybody. Do not forget, next week, I need your best. We need your best, Mustangs. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, map testing, guys. You need to know your goal. If you do not know your goal, you need to make sure you ask your teachers what your goal is. Everybody in this school has a target goal. You should know it by now, and I want you to hit it, guys. I want you to knock it out of the park. You all have been working so hard. It has been a challenging time and a challenging year, but you've been putting in the work, and you deserve to see your growth. So make sure that you know your goal. Make sure that you know what you need to hit, because I'm telling you guys, we're working harder than everybody else. All of you Mustangs, you've been working harder than everybody else. Now show it to everybody, and you're going to show it to them on that map test. And I cannot wait to see all of your growth, all your hard work, and I'm going to be standing right next to you when you hit that 14-point growth, or you hit that 10-point growth, or you hit your 4-point growth, or whatever that is, whatever that mark is that you were trying to get. I'll be standing right next to you to give you that pat on the back, to give you that fist bump, tell you great job. So make sure you know your goal. If you don't know it yet, please make sure you ask your teachers, and they will let you know. PTO and SIC, everybody, that will be next week on Thursday. So please remind your parents, if they're interested in being on PTO, that meeting is at 5 o'clock at the school. Our SIC meets via Zoom right now, and that meeting is at 6 o'clock on the 10th. Everybody is welcome. Would love to have your participation on our PTO and SIC. Basketball teams, have already got 2 games in the book. They're doing a great job. We've got River Ridge Academy next week. They play on Monday and Thursday. And then the following week before winter break, we've got Hilton Head Middle, where we will be home against them on the 14th, and we will be away at Hilton Head Middle on the 17th of December. So if you haven't caught a game yet, make sure you try to get some tickets and come out and support. Again, we are home against River Ridge on the 10th, and we are home against Hilton Head on the 14th. So come out and support your Mustangs. Guys, our amazing student council is putting together a Spirit Week for you all. That is going to be December 16th through the 22nd. We are going to start that on a virtual day, on a Wednesday, so that we close out winter break on the 22nd, showing our flashy spirit. More details on that will come out as we get closer to it. So make sure you pay attention for all the information on that. But thank you again to our student council led by Ms. Smith and Ms. McClure and all of our students who serve on the student council. We appreciate your leadership in the building, and this is a great example of you stepping up, showing your leadership, and planning a great event for our school. Can't wait to see you all showing your spirit around this building. Progress report, students. Interim time for second quarter. I cannot believe it. We're already almost halfway through second quarter, but those interims guys are going to be going home on the 18th. You want to make sure you're taking home some great grades to show your parents and to show your family. So make sure you're getting that work turned in. Okay, the 18th is when progress reports go home. Don't forget, it is a half day on the 22nd. That final day of school is a half day, and then we ride and slide right into winter break. We return on January 4th, and guys, remember, that is a goal for the district where we are trying to come back 5 days a week with everyone. We need you. Mustangs, you've been doing an awesome job. I'm so proud of you guys. You've been wearing those masks so well around the building. You've been sitting in those assigned seats that your teachers have been giving you. You have been focused on keeping yourselves healthy, keeping your classmates healthy, keeping your teachers healthy. We need to make sure that we are working extra hard. And when we come back 5 days a week with everybody on January 4th, students, it's going to be even more critical that we are focused on proper hand hygiene, making sure we are washing hands really, really well, make sure we're using that hand sanitizer. Guys, we've got plenty of hand sanitizer, so please, don't worry about using it as frequently as you want. Use it when you need it. We've got plenty. So please make sure when we come back January 4th, you are focused on keeping yourself healthy. All right, students, it's time. It is time to honor and recognize you all. Our October and November Mustangs of the Month. Very, 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 very excited to celebrate you guys. So we're going to do this kind of a different way. We're going to be actually sharing both students at the same time. So I'm going to announce each homeroom, and I'll announce both the October and the November awardee at the same time. And so it will look a little bit different. I do want to begin, before we get into our Students of the Month, with our Teachers of the Month. And you guys have been writing letters, and I have read every single one of them. They are phenomenal. Don't forget, if you have a teacher who you want to nominate for Teacher of the Month, please make sure that you get it to me. Again, you can hand deliver it to me. You can drop it off in the front office. Doesn't matter how you get it to me. Just make sure it comes to me so that we can look through those and make our selection for Teacher of the Month. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually took liberty this month to make a selection. Mr. Hall normally does not make the selection. Okay, we usually start with the Teacher of the Year at the beginning of the year, making our first selection. But I'm taking liberty on this one, guys, and I believe there are 2 people that really, really deserve to be recognized as our outstanding Teachers of the Month this month. And they are individuals who you guys don't associate all the time with as teachers, but they are, in fact, just that person. So Mr. Hall has selected 2 individuals in our building who have gone, everybody is going above and beyond, but these 2 have taken on a tremendous workload this year, and they've had to do it multiple times in the year. And one thing that you guys don't know is that there are 2 people who spend an exorbitant amount of time putting together your student schedules. They also spend a lot of time working with you guys on social, emotional learning that you all need. They come in and they do classroom lessons with you. They spend time tutoring. I know at the end of first quarter, they were working tirelessly to try to get some students caught up with grades and getting caught up on makeup work. Everybody, your teachers of the month for this month are 2 people who I know students you don't always associate with as teachers, but they are valuable members of this staff and have been doing an incredible job, and they have a huge task ahead of them to get us prepared and ready for January 4th. But I am so thankful for these 2 people, and that is Miss Burkett and Miss Jacobs. Ladies, thank you so much for everything that you do for our school and for our building. Our students love you, the teachers greatly appreciate you, and we appreciate you being here at Bluffton Middle School. It's very well deserving, and I thank you for all of the work you do, Miss Burkett and Miss Jacobs. Congratulations. All right, students, it is your time. Our October students of the month and our November students of the month. So, in 6th grade, in Miss Clark's class, Reagan Michael and Kinsley Caney, congratulations. In Miss Sherman's class, Riley Mayer and Yasmin Boulam. In Miss Rupert's class, Fabricio Guerrera Allende and Emma Black. In Miss Matajeski's class, William Golson and Giselle Wright. In Mrs. Collins' class, Christina Curtin and Luke Tran. In Mr. Lanza's class, Jackson Joseph and Carolina Shore. In Miss Prey's class, for the month of November, Maciel Romero. In Miss Westfall's class, Austin Heath and Shadriana Anderson. In Mrs. Miranda's class, Cooper Simpson and Nicole Hernandez Sosa. In Mrs. Heyer's class, Liam White and Danae Bailey. In Mrs. Monaco's class, Getsemani Maldonado Perez and Betsy Sanchez. In Miss Smith's class, Beckett Keister. In Mrs. Johnson's class, Renee Leon Phillips and Paris Moon. And in Miss Roz's class, Pablo dos Santos and Ana Aguilera. Congratulations to all of our 6th grade Mustang of the month for the month of October and the month of November. Again, students, month of October, these students were recognized for tolerance